Hello, this is David Dean, and we actually got some goodies in the event store. At first, I didn't think it was going to be all that great and was wondering if I even should do the video. And then I came in, and I am really happy that I did. First of all, one of the things people are really going to be interested, they have another new assault rifle. They've actually had quite a few come out lately. This is the Copper Lynx, which seems like a really decent weapon. I've already leveled mine up to level 130, so we can test that out in a little bit, exactly how good it is, and we'll talk about that some more in a bit. Also, people have been constantly complaining that the gold coins, there is never anything good in the store to spend the gold coins on. But they had the Tigerjaw just come out this time. And the Tigerjaw, Morgan over at Split Screen just put out a video about how great this weapon is. Also, I put out a video because I was looking for a weapon to start taking out high hit point husks. Whether it's the Husky Husk, the Propane guys, or Smashers, or even the Epic Mini Bosses. And this was, to me, and from the sound of it with Morgan also, the best weapon out there up close to be taking out those high hit point husks. So if you got some coins, grab this weapon. And now we'll just head to the top and go through the rest of the event store and just what's out there. And also today, A1 Get This Money put out a video of level 130 gameplay with the Freedom's Herald. This thing shoots out a firecracker that explodes and does some damage. And yeah, in truth, I've never been a big fan of it, but you can go and check out his video. I will put a link in the description. And yeah, I can't recommend spending gold on it, so we'll move on. We do have a hero over here in the weekly, the Vanguard Outlander. This guy specializes with phase shift across the battlefield, delivering unexpected anti-material charges to enemies. Basically, you can has a bunch of perks towards phase shift, which I do love using in combat, and then a bunch to anti-material charge. He is good, but to me, he's nothing all that great. Right now, with the changes they did to fragments, where you can be putting down high-powered teddies or shock towers, I think maybe the other Outlander out there, to me, would be a little bit better, the one that's in the store. And then moving on, once again, we got baseball bats. You can never have enough baseball bats and golf clubs, I guess, in this game, because they just constantly give them to us. I do have to admit, I kept talking about it, so one of my friends in the game, he went and leveled one up and gave it to me. The first weapon I've used on this no cash, no handouts account that I actually used from another player. And yeah, it's good for taking out the flingers and stuff, but there's also much better weapons out there. And then yeah, everybody should be grabbing Flux. Flux can be used so many different ways right now. Grab it if you can. Another weapon they put in here. For early on in the game, I just absolutely love the Shockwave, which can I got in my inventory at Legendary. And it does absolutely a massive amount of damage at a very limited range. So if you have like 15 of those little dwarf husks charging in at you, you can just point this in one shot, take out all of them with one shot. It is absolutely great. But if you're really good with your abilities and you got Shockwave or grenades or anything like that, you can take out all those mobs just using your abilities. Now, if you have a hero that doesn't have those abilities, or you want to rather focus with a weapon, the double barrel shotgun is a pretty awesome weapon at extremely limited range. I just want to make sure I put that out there. Always grab the survivors while they're in the store, and not going to worry about Tank Penny since she's, let's see, at the common level. But she is a different kind of hero, kind of fun. She can actually get out there. She has a bunch of perks towards using hardware weapons and for keeping herself alive. But we'll hop over here for the 4th of July holiday, we have 2 heroes. We have a Constructor Electro Pulse. She basically has a bunch of perks, all referring back to energy types attacks. She gets Kinetic Overload right away, and that's for kinetic hits with hardware melee weapons. Trigger a Kinetic Overload on a crit, which is a nice little thing if you're using your Constructor a lot in melee combat. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. And then you get your standard base. It increases out to 4 tiles. And she has increased the damage reflected by the base by 50%, which is actually pretty nice. So any husk beating on your walls will take damage themselves and often kill themselves for the lower hit point husk. And then she has the Plasma Pulse, Electric Floors, 1 hot minute, reduce the cooldown of Plasma Pulse, Power Plus, increase damage of Plasma Pulse, Bull Rush, and then Plasma Overdrive. Increase the rate of Plasma Pulse explosion by 33%. Plasma Pulse is actually a great, fast, high damage ability that seems to rarely get used in the game. It's actually great, mainly in trap tunnels where you got a bunch of husks coming down in a confined area. And then Kinetic Overdrive, once again going back to that Kinetic Overload. And now when you do your attack, it can affect husk within a half tile radius. And overall, fun Constructor play, kind of different. To me, if the Constructor main focus is having a Constructor base that defends the objective and takes out husk coming into the objective, which her base is a smaller one. It only goes out 4 tiles, unlike Power Base, who goes out 7 tiles. So decent, fun, but wouldn't be my main Constructor. And then we have the Trail Blaster Outlander. And this Outlander specializes with both the Shock Tower and the Teddy. And Teddy gets 3 perks, making it more powerful. The Shock Tower gets 4 perks, making it more powerful. The Shock Tower lasts for half as long, but it is an energy attack. So with Elemental Husk, I love the Teddy on my Ted Shot Jest, does massive damage, but you can definitely see that damage go down when it goes up against Elemental Husk. And so having the Shock Tower to use also is a pretty good good use of it. If you want to be doing damage in the game with your Outlander, with stuff you can just drop and go, this one is actually a really great Outlander to be using. Alright, so that's the event store right now. As I said, I went ahead and got the Lynx and the Tigerjaw that's in the store, and I have leveled up both of them. And we're going to talk a little bit more about them before we get into some level 100 gameplay. And right now, I've been looking at, basically, for the longest time, I have been using one main weapon in the game, and then my abilities for everything else, and that's the Super Shredder, which is a sniper rifle, but it's the short-range sniper rifle, and most of the time I use it more as an assault. And I am really good at doing headshots with this to take out husks, and when I do, they explode, damaging everything around them. But I really need, now that I'm higher level, something to take out the Elemental Smashers and Husky Husk. And so now I have 3 weapons that when I get enough RePerks, I will change them over to the 3 different Elemental types. And once I've done that, then I'll change my Super Shredder over to physical damage just to do more damage to normal Husk. But on these, and this was what Morgan was bringing up, that the Tigerjaw is just a huge DPS beast. This thing's doing 66,000, and I don't even have my perks set up the way I really want them. This one that I got from the store today, damage dealt with this weapon snares targets by 30% for 6 seconds. I'm hoping that since this is a standard weapon that's in the game, these perks aren't static and people should be getting different things with them. And then I have damage to slow and snare targets. That's what it came with, so actually that's a great combination. I do have to change over the elemental type to something different later on. And right now it has damage, crit rating, and magazine size. I wouldn't mind having that changed over to fire rate, or even the first one over to fire rate. And then, let's see, whoops, get back in there. For the perks, for the crit rating, I'm really not going to be focusing on headshots with a shotgun. So on this one, I would probably change that over to either magazine size or just raw damage. Yeah, I'd probably just do raw damage because I have magazine size here on this first one. I might just change that over to fire rate, just making it shoot off a little bit faster. But moving on to the new guy we got. Now, one thing you're going to see on this, I kind of messed up. I was clicking too fast, and I accidentally did it for obsidian. And then, of course, that forces you to take bright core ore. But that's kind of a good thing, because I don't have that much sunbeam, which I have on these other two level 130 weapons. So it's kind of nice that if I run out of sunbeam, I can still make my other 130 weapon with the bright core. You can see a DPS drop from 43,000, where the Tigerjaw is doing 66. But one thing is the Tigerjaw does insane DPS, one of the highest in the game, but my Bobcat is actually doing more, and that I picked up in the recent event. We'll do a comparison with the Tiger really quick. Both of them sunbeam, and if you go down the perks, they're actually pretty much the same there. 10 damage, both physical. Magazine size doesn't impact damage. Fire rate over here, so that's why it might have a higher than the Tigerjaw. And once we get the fire rate up on the Tigerjaw, hopefully it'll go a little bit higher than the Bobcat. But yeah, when you hit damage per shot, Bobcat, this one is a fast firing weapon doing a little bit of damage. Tigerjaw is a little bit slower on the fire rate, but it's putting out massive amounts of damage. And so there you go on that. And then we got the new Lynx. And one thing I want to bring up is that basically we have just been getting hit non-stop with new assault rifles from Epic with minor changes to them. And in truth, to me, the Bobcat and the Lynx look like they, well, the Lynx looks like is just a different version of the Deathstalker with the scope removed. And I absolutely love the Deathstalker, so I'm hoping I will be enjoying the Lynx. And let's go ahead and get in and get some gameplay. So, and I already set it up on my heroes. As usual, I will, if you're going to do a weapon test, one of the best in the game is Urban Assault Headhunter. She is great to take out. For squad bonus, the Lynx is actually, ooh, I should have pressed that more. The Lynx on its perks. And yeah, we can still get in here. Upgrade. Because this is a big deal on the Lynx, because this is another one of the few weapons in the game you can double up headshot damage. So headshot damage here, and I can change this one over also to headshot damage, which would be great. This is supposed to be an extremely stable weapon, so I would probably change this perk over to either magazine size or reload. And then fire rate here isn't bad. We'll have to see how much damage we're doing. Since I kind of messed up and went bright core, I probably put the 15% damage in there just to make up for my mistake. And let's get back out of that. And we're actually, yeah, let's put a slow field in there just in case we get in over our head. I am at level 85 going into a level 100 mission using level 130 weapons. Or energy level weapons. And that's one thing I notice a lot of people will take their level 120 character in to show off a weapon in a level 10 zone. Or level 9 zone. That really doesn't help anybody. So let's take a look at these two different weapons. Actual and gameplay. Come on, let's see. We got our Lynx. And we got our Tigerjaw. And we got the baseball bat I was talking about. Alright. Oh, what do we got? Oh, we get to save somebody. So burst firing, just like the Deathstalker, which actually I enjoy. And, oh, darn it, there you go.
Wow.
Reload was kind of slow on it. We need to double check that.
Keep up the good work.
But no, they dropped in a heartbeat. And, okay, we may have another survivor over here. Oh, no. Jeez. Alright, this is going to get ugly. But that's life. So let's see. Level 85 taking on a level 100 blaster. First. Wow, I love the fire on this. Whoa, yeah. Oh, we're gonna have this again where I keep dying. But the fire rate is much faster as far as in between bursts than the Deathstalker.
I'm down.
Yes, you are.
Okay, much better.
Almost got him down. And we dropped him. Do the slow field. But nice quick firing. Let's go ahead and switch over to the Tigerjaw. It's actually decent. Actually, I will pull out here my Thunderbolt, the double-barrel shotgun, in a little bit. So one-shotted that guy, normal husk. Yeah, easy. Ah, I did it again. I hit phase shift. And the blaster is going to be coming after me. Woohoo! Can we get away? Someday I'll learn from my mistakes. Not today, though. Alright. What do I got chasing after me? Anything? But the big thing with the Tigerjaw, great damage, but if you could see there, I was barely doing any damage to the pitchers at this distance because it's just not a very good range item. There we go. Where the Lynx, still really good at this distance. And do we want to head up there? Nah. Let's box myself in here. Let's see. Oh, we got the blaster back. Nope, not as good, of course, against Nature Elemental Husk. Let's do. Ah, pretty good. He's walking sideways at me. Don't know what's going on there. Alright, take out the beehives. What do we got on us now? And better use the heal. Yeah, just a little bit longer, it seems like, on the reload with the Lynx. And there's our blaster friend again. We're going to take him out. But yeah, like where the blaster is up there, I could not use my Tigerjaw to take him out. But the Lynx, no problem. But the Tigerjaw up close. Whoa. That was hardly any damage. There we go. That was a little better. And once again, on the second shot, it's going to do 30% more damage due to the fact that it has that perk on it where it snares the target, 30% reduction in speed. And then I have another perk that causes the 30% more damage to anything that is snared. And here we go. So yeah, good combination where the Bobcat is, the Tigerjaw, massive damage up close, and then the Lynx, and actually let's go to the stats, make sure, range of 4,000. Basically this means it goes out about 8 tiles before it's not doing any more damage, where this one is at half that. So this one goes out about 4 tiles and it's not doing much damage. So let's take out these guys and then we'll get going. Yeah, we want to get him first. Alright, come on. So we use the Lynx to take out at a distance. Let's go ahead and start clearing out all these little guys with the Tigerjaw. Once again, great combination. Wow, we got a lot of bees. Oh! Should have known there was a blaster. You never have one mist monster all by itself. But there you go. Ooh, I need to go grab me some sunbeam. So, but that's what grenades are for. But there you go with the two new main weapons in there. And actually, I never did get over to the double barrel shotgun. And I do want to show off the thing with that, because same way as the Lynx was great at longer range and at medium range, and then the Bobcat up close. The double-barreled Thunderbolt, which is currently in the store at Epic level, is much, much better at extremely close, like 1 or 2 tiles, than the Bobcat. And also, if you look at the firing here in the, I keep saying Bobcat, it is the Tigerjaw, but you can see the little white square area effect, and then you get the huge area effect of the Thunderbolt. And we'll probably end up dying here, but that's part of the game. Fortunately, we have got this recharged, so let's put up just a wall and see if we can get a bunch of these coming in. But there, what did I hit? 3 at a time. There, 4 with a single shot. Hit 5 there. So yeah, the double barrel shotgun up close is just great. But you get back here, and I hit 2 of them. Couldn't even reach the other ones. Didn't even hit the beehive from that distance. And hardly any damage at that distance with the Thunderbolt. So yeah, Thunderbolt is awesome at extremely close distance. The Tigerjaw is great at close to mid-range. And then the Lynx is good from medium range to a little bit further out. And anything past that, you probably want to be using a sniper rifle for. So there you go. Have a great one. Let me know your questions and comments, what you got to say. Look forward to hearing it. Take care and have a great one.